Welcome back to school, 7th and 8th graders. It's so exciting to have you here on campus. My name is Mr. Juarez. I am one of the vice principals here at Kings County Middle School. And for this session, we are going to be talking about lunchtime procedures. There's a few changes, and one of the main changes right now is that you are going to be scanned as you go into the cafeteria, so you have to have your ID on. If you don't have your ID on, you're going to be sent to the back of the line. So make sure you're wearing your lanyards and your IDs. Now, since we're here in the game room, why don't we just take a little tour of this game room here. As you can see, there are video games, there are hockey tables, we have ping pong tables, and we have foosball tables here. So there's a lot of different things. There's a TV there in the corner to play karaoke or watch videos. There's a lot of things in this game room, and it's gonna be really exciting for you students. Now, there is gonna be limited access in here because it's not the biggest place, but we will go on a first come, first served basis. Now back to lunchtime procedures. We are going to show you the new paths that we have created and the new different ideas that we have for lunch. So follow along with me as we head into the classroom and go over our new lunchtime procedures. There are a few big changes to lunch this year, and the biggest one of all is that we have one lunch this year. Yes, that's correct, 8th graders, we have one lunch this year. Now another change is that we have lunch sides. In a few seconds, I'm going to take you on the path to the 8th grade lunch sides. So yes, 8th graders, you will all line up on one side for lunch. 7th graders, you will all line up on one side for lunch. So let's go on the 8th grade path first. All right, 8th graders, here's your path. Your teacher just excused you. You push your chair in and you head out the door. You will be going out toward the 60s wing. And once you get there, you'll notice all the tables outside with the umbrellas. You're going to continue to head down the 60s wing and you will go toward Hamilton Park. If you don't know where Hamilton Park is, that's where our beautiful amphitheater is, which we're going to utilize for lunch this year. Once you get to Hamilton Park, you're going to go around the building that houses room number 5. And if you don't know where room 5 is, that is actually our after school program room. Once we get around room 5, we're just going to go down the cement, and you're going to notice here that there are 3 lines on the ground. These 3 lines will represent the lines that you will be standing on. So currently, I'm walking down the middle line. So 8th graders, that's your path. You're going to walk all the way down until you run into other students, or if you're first, you're just going to continue to walk all the way down. And don't be confused here. The lines turn red. They still represent a lunch line. You will walk all the way up until you get to the line that intersects all 3 lines. All right, 7th graders, now it's your turn. The concept's the same. The only difference is you will be lining up on a different side. So let's get ready to take your path. The bell just rang. Your teacher has excused you. I'm gonna push your chair in, head out the door, and off to lunch we go. 7th graders, you will be heading down the center hallway. We always want to walk the pause so we don't run into people, and you are going to be heading up toward the front office. Now when you get toward the front office, you're going to notice that there are again 3 lines, and your lines I believe are all red throughout the whole time. So, and here they are. Here's the 3 lines. You will jump on one of the lines, or I shouldn't say jump, you will walk on one of the lines and you will go to the front as far as you can. In a few seconds here, we're going to go over it with actual kids. But you'll walk to the front to where the lines intersect, and you will stop at that point and wait for an administrator or someone at lunch door number 1 to let you in. Your lines will take you from door number 1 all the way back to in front of the main office. Now the lines turn here. All you have to do is turn with them. You stay on the lines, and we will have 3 lines that will go all the way back. Now here's something that's a little different. You'll see how there's a space in between. That space is for visitors and parents that may need to get to the office during lunch. There may not be a lot, but we want to be respectful to them. So we will not have anybody line up in this area here. The lines will continue once we pass the door, and they will go all the way to the front of Miss Navarro's office. So now that everybody knows where to line up, let's see it in action with some students. It's lunchtime, and now we're gonna walk toward our new system of lines. Students will walk down the center hall. We wanna walk the pause or stand on that center line just like these students are showing us. What a great example. Once you see the red lines, you want to walk down those red lines. Remember, we want to be on the line, so skip back. There you go, on that line. Thank you very much. Make sure you have your ID because you will have to present it so it can get scanned by an administrator, and then you can get your lunch. Here's a good example of students utilizing all the lines, and pretty much everyone's on the red line like they're supposed to. Good job, students. Now we're inside the cafeteria. Students are lining up to throw their trash away, and we have a system that we're supposed to follow. Uh-oh, you're not following the system. It's something we gotta do. Let's pause this really quick. Very good. Raise your hand, and then you will be pointed at so that you can get up and exit the cafeteria.
So raise your hand if you want to be excused, and wait for an adult to wave you. Right here, I see your hand up. You can go. Right here, I see your hand up. You can go.
Now, as we exit the cafeteria, let's go find out what Kings Canyon has to offer during lunch. If you look straight ahead, there's kids playing games. That's going to be there every single day. We'll also have music playing. Now, for those of you that like to play volleyball, we are going in this open grassy area. We're going to put volleyball nets, and that's where the new volleyball area will be. Students, make sure when we play games, we're playing appropriately and play the game like it's supposed to be played. Now, take a look at those tables and benches. Pause that. We can eat there. You heard me correctly. We can eat there. However, the trash does not leave that area. We need to leave our trash back there. And if you want to head back to the behind the gym, there's other things to do during lunch. And as we take this path down the 60s wings, you're going to see that once we get around the corner here, we're going to have our game room, we have our snack bar, we have basketball courts, and we have the restrooms available out there. Now here we go. That door right there is the opening to the game room. Let's take a pause right here. Yes, that's the game room. Let's go ahead and go in. As we leave the game room, now's a good time to talk about the path that we take for lunch. Notice how we're not walking down the middle hallway or any of the wings. That's because those are off limits during lunch. We just stay on the path that I'm showing you right here. And right now we're gonna get to the snack bar. So let's pause right there. That is the snack bar, and it's offered during lunch and break. Now, as we continue, we're gonna head toward the basketball courts. Today is gonna probably be pretty packed with kids out there playing. We will have supervision out there. There's Mr. Landry right there. He will be one person on supervision. Here are the first set of bathrooms. Pause that. Boys and girls bathrooms right over there. This year we're opening up a second set. One will be near the boys' PE office, which is right there. Let's pause that. And the second one will be near the girls' PE office. And we're gonna approach that, and then we'll pause it right there. Right there. Let's continue with our tour. You can see benches behind the library. Kids, you can stay there with your friends and hang out. Here's Mr. Grigsby. Hello, Mr. Grigsby. And this area right here is for you. Volleyball used to be played there and no longer is. All right, Grizzlies, as our lunchtime tour comes to an end, I want to leave you with a few messages. And number one message being this: lunch is a time for you to relax, to enjoy yourselves, to just take a break from all the hard work that you've been putting on in the classroom. Now, with that being said, we always want to remember E5. We want to take care of our school. We want to respect adults. There are going to be a lot of different adults out there. They are out there to ensure your safety. One last thing, I hate to end on a bad note, but I will just send a little reminder out there. We do have lunchtime detention if you're not following the school rules. Now, I don't think that many of you are going to have that. So hopefully we follow E5 and we do good. And always remember, go Grizzlies.